Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Wheezy here. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Wheezy here, welcoming you to my corner of the internet. How's your weekend going? How's the weather where you are? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the comment section so that I know that you can hear me. Welcome again to Isabella Bank's YouTube channel, where we discuss the ever fascinating journey of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Trust me, today's discussion is piping hot, and we've got a buffet of updates for yourselves. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section, please, if you can hear me, just so that I don't go rambling on the way I did the other day. The other day, I did almost, I think it was 10 to 15 minutes, just going on and on and on without realizing that people couldn't hear me. So don't let me waste your time. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the comment section, okay? To let me know that you can hear me. All right? Hi, Cookies and Cream. How are you? Can you hear me? Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Cookies and Cream. Oh, like I said, I didn't want to waste anyone's time by going on and talking without anyone hearing me and then having to start all over again. What a pain. But when you are the executive producer and you're the director and you're wearing all the caps, it's kind of difficult to keep track. Oh well, let's begin. So, the Sussexes. Oh, the Sussexes. Where do I begin? Like they say, when it rains, it pours. And in the realm of Harry and Meghan, it's been a storm of news, right? Who has felt like that? First, there was a deluge of negative reports aimed at painting the couple as failures. But fear not, a dynamic duo fought back, unleashing a cascade of positive updates about their project. It was just like they heard the news from the media and they're like, nope, that's enough now, and cranked up the volume of their success stories. And we are completely here for it. That's why we're here, right? So, today we're going to be discussing the crazy week that was in the ranking video format to assist us determine what the media's game was last week. We're going to be putting on our Inspector Gadget hats. After all, the 48 laws of power recommends that we know our enemies, right? So, that's because it helps us to know where we are in the PR battle, and it also helps us to know what we can do to assist the Sussexes in their battle. So, for those who have not done one of these ranking videos with me before, let me introduce you to the various categories. So, the first one is let's talk about it. In this category, the article in question is as close to truth that we can find in the media as possible, or it's an important story in the process of development. It hasn't quite run its course for us to know exactly what the aim of the article was. And then the second category is the reinforcement of the smear campaign category. The media, of course, we know the media have declared war on Harry and Meghan's reputation, and this category is their main battleground. Okay. So brace yourself for stories meant to uphold that narrative. And then we have the funny category. You know, laughter is the best medicine, and sometimes when you can't cry, you laugh. So whether it's a hilarious twist of fate or karma doing its work, those kind of stories will find a home in this category. And then you've got the page filler category where the media scrapes the bottom of the barrel. This category comes into play. These are just stories that they have conjured up to fill the empty spaces in their magazines. And then the last one is the trash, the ultimate eye roll category. If a story falls into this category, it's pure nonsense. No rhyme, no reason, no need to even allow your emotions shift either way. So now that we've laid out all the categories, let's the ranking games begin. So, first off, we have this exciting news. I was so excited. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? I was so excited and I just couldn't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. So it was first on this platter of news delicacies is that the Netflix chief's tantalizing teaser about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's upcoming project. So despite the endless speculation about the couple's Netflix deal ending, the company's chief content officer says the two of them, that's Harry and Meghan, are working on a bunch of projects. And she says, did you hear what she said? Oh, when she was being asked about the project, she said, oh, what are they working on? And Bajaria at the Netflix Slate event says they have a couple of unscripted things they're working on with Brandon Rigg, and they actually have like a bunch of developments. They have a movie in development, a scripted series that they're working on. So, all very early development with a movie, a TV show, and a couple of unscripted shows. But yeah, the movie is great. And I thought to myself, this is fantastic. This is what people would say. And then this is a complete word salad. In other words, she's said a lot of things, but she hasn't really said anything. In short, she's just said, mind your business in a very diplomatic way. The Sussexes' quiet demeanor only means they're brewing up some magic behind the scenes. And this is what I thought. And people who know them very well knew exactly what this was. So, bravo to them. This headline deserves a spot in the Let's Talk About It category in the ranking system. So, we're going to go over to the ranking tier list system. Let's do that. There you go. And we're just putting that up there in the Let's Talk About It. When we do these things, we usually come back at the end of ranking all the stories to talk about the stories that have found a home in the Let's Talk About It category. All right, so let's continue. So, moving on, the next story that we found to discuss was the Prince William reportedly seethes over speculations about Kate Middleton's surgery. So the tone of the article, right? The tone of the article in this one, it was just very toxic, almost like William himself had a hand in writing it. The whole don't explain, don't complain vibe seems to be kicked to the curb. And it felt very much like he's bursting at the seams and would really like to come out to the public and speak and have the freedom to speak about things that are going on just the way Harry and Meghan have. Unfortunately, he has to abide with the don't explain, don't complain vibe. I don't know whether that is the correct thing for them to be doing or not, because just looking at the whole debacle of how they managed Kate Middleton's illness, it seems like they would have benefited more from being more forthright, because when they just came out to say, oh, she's having abdominal surgery, I think they're used to the subservience of the British public without realizing that they're supposed to be, even though they are based in the UK, but they are global, so they have to account. They also receive global money. They also seek global attention. So they have to explain to the world at large of what's going on because in some places they are an investment, right? So they needed to explain, they give more details, but they used to the subservience of the British public. And with that, that is the style, it seems like, with which they handled Kate's illness announcement. It's like they're trying to treat everyone like they are all subjects. And the world was like, what? No, you not. No, you are not. You are not a king. You are not a queen. We can ask you questions. We're completely thrown off. Just look at this headline. Prince William is reportedly angry over rumors that Kate Middleton's abdominal surgery was caused by an eating disorder, seething. So he is seething this time. He's not incandescent with rage. Should we be happy or not? Personally, I think this article should go into the trash category because William, who are you talking to? Take your finger out of my face, my friend. After all, take your finger out of my face, my friend. After all, um, you are the ones who created the environment where people's intimate details are being requested. And when I saw this follow up story by LBC, I thought to myself, do you guys notice anything? Let me show you the other slide once more so that you can see. So you've got Prince William is reportedly angry over rumors that Kate Middleton's abdominal surgery was caused by an eating disorder. And then look at this one. Fury of palace officials. It seems like whoever wrote the first article made a mistake, right? That maybe they weren't supposed to say it was Prince William. Exactly. So they made a mistake in stating that it was Prince William. And this is why his anger seemed to jump off the pages of the article. So, and also, they were the ones who allowed the hateful comments on their social media to remain without deleting them, giving other people the boldness to come forward to speak so negatively about Harry and Meghan without doing anything to correct the situation. So, why are you now upset? Why are you upset? After all, you were the one who said that you have this invisible contract with the media and that Meghan is trying to smash the royal family's contract with the public. You said, we pay, they pose. Is that not what they said? Or am I reading this wrong? Let me look at this. Cookies and Cream said the royal family foolishly mishandled the situation with Miss Pretzelstick McMumbles. They are constantly changing the story. Honestly, it is a disaster of epic proportion. I have never seen anything handled by public figures handled so badly before in my entire life. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, we will put this one just because of how badly they handled the situation. We will put this one in the trash category. Let's agree that it should be in the trash category because that's where it belongs. Okay. So, and the next story which caught my attention was this story talking about Harry and Meghan calling for urgent change to protect children on social media. The headline shone very bright in the constellation of news. Their efforts, which started last year, have now sparked a Senate hearing. Kudos to them for issuing a statement supporting the parents dealing with social media induced tragedies. The bosses of the major platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and X by the young were grilled over the dangers faced by the youngsters on their platforms by a Senate Judiciary Committee. This was on Wednesday, right? And Mark Zuckerberg painfully apologized to the families at the hearing. Let me look at this. So, what did Harry and Meghan say in their statement? I will just read a little bit of it. So, they said, over the years, we have spent time with many of the families, listening to their heartache and their hopes for the urgent change that is needed in the online space. This is an issue that transcends division and party lines, as we saw today at the Senate hearing. The best parenting in the world cannot keep children safe from these platforms. As one of the fathers shared with us, if love could have saved them, all of us, all of our children would be here. This is not the time to pass the buck of responsibility. It's the time to make necessary change at the source to keep our children safe. This is so fantastic. It's so fantastic to see that the hard work that they put in last year, it has now borne fruit and is actually going to be doing something. And I really hope that the they are able to get the laws they need to protect the children. And connected to this campaign, Prince Harry and Meghan also released a video about children's safety on Vimeo, on the Vimeo platform. I didn't realize you could do that. So really, you learn something new every day. I went onto the video platform to watch the full video, and I discovered that you would need to register with Vimeo to watch the video, but it's free, so there's no problem with that. So, who has watched the video? Who has gone to the Vimeo platform to watch the video? If you haven't, I would recommend that we all go over to show support by going over there to watch the video on Vimeo. At the moment, only like 550 people have watched that video. And I think they have only like 200 and something odd followers. This is Harry and Meghan we're talking about. How can they be discussed all over the world and only have 200 and something followers on Vimeo, and only 500 and something people have watched that video? That is not okay. So I have left the link to the video in on the Vimeo platform in the description box of this video. You can click it so you can easily go over there, watch the video, and follow them, please. We need to be seeing that. I'm sure that they are able to monetize their presence on that platform. And given that the media are attacking all their forms of commercial enterprise, we need to we need to do what we can to support them. So please go ahead to support their efforts by going over to watch the video and following them on Vimeo. The link to their presence or their account on Vimeo is in the description box of this video. So this we would put in the what is it? What is it? Yeah. So this one we would place in this one we would place in the let's think about it, because we will come back to this later on in the video. Okay. So, hi Connie. Hi Connie Balmer. How are you? Hi Angela. Hi Ruth. How are you? How is everyone? Hi Patricia. Hi. Thank you for joining us. And we're just doing a roundup and a ranking video so that we can put our Inspector Gadgets hats on and figure out what the media is up to this time and how we can support the Sussexes. So, number one thing so far, I have found from the headlines that have been released by Harry and Meghan that we can support them on the Vimeo platform, and the link to the video, their video on the Vimeo platform, is in the description box of this video. So please head over to the description box for the Harry and Meghan's link on Vimeo. Okay? All right. So that's gone to the let's talk about it box, bringing it back to here and moving on to this one. So I put this article up later in the course of the week. This one that talks about Princess Kate's recovery could take up to 9 months. Like, really? 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 With all that's been said, I think this was just a test, either a test article or a real, like, bu- bullshit article. Brace yourself for the rubbish in the content of the article, which makes me to feel like it's an article testing what the public will think about Kate's absence for 9 months. Okay, so a so-called doctor, he made a vague assertion about abdominal cancer and the lengthy recovery that abdominal cancer surgery takes. At the same time, in the same article, they admitted that they're merely assuming that Kate's surgery was related to cancer, which we all know that there's so many different assumptions as to what Kate's real illness was. I don't even want to start discussing the various hypotheses different people have come up with, but um, we all know that it's possible that it had nothing to do with the abdominal cancer, which the palace strongly denied. They say, we don't want to talk about, just listen to this. They say, we don't want to talk about what's wrong with Kate. We just want to tell you that she's not feeling well and she's had stomach cancer. Okay. And then people are going off and they're assuming, it could be a hysterectomy. It could be this. It could be that. It could be that. And they said, no, we want to firmly deny that Kate's illness has anything to do with cancer. Anyway, it just, to me, very terrible handling of the situation. And it just seemed like a space filling attempt, a feeble bid for content, since Kate isn't around to grace them with what little fashion articles she's able to generate for them. So, to my mind, into the trash can it goes. Into the trash can. Here you go. Trash can. Into the trash can it goes, right? So, um, the next article that we have to talk, which I found quite interesting, was the one about Sophie Wessex. And in this one, it says Sophie Wessex gave a blunt response when asked if she would step in for Meghan Markle. Now, let's dive into this article really, because the article, the headline screaming about her blunt response was just them trying to emphasize the fact that Sophie had been close to the Queen as a way of promoting Katie Nichols' new book. But what did Sophie even say? As part of Katie Nichols's research for her book, right? She asked Sophie if she and Edward should step up for Harry and Meghan following their stepping down from duties. And all Sophie said was, what did people think she and Edward had been doing all this while? Well, it's a very fair question, actually, if you ask me, because it's daft of Katie Nichols to have asked that question. Obviously, somebody had to have been um picking up Harry and Meghan's duties since they stepped back. They announced a tranche of appointments, of to all members of the royal family. A lot of them now have 100 different titles each. But anyway, going back to what Sophie said, personally, I find it a bit rude, but we'll stick with blunt for now. I suspect that Katie Nichols just used this in an article because she wanted to promote her book. And just thinking about the entire situation, is it just me or are they turning the spotlight on supporting royals like Sophie, Camilla, and Edward while the heavy hitters are on hiatus? Shall we dub this a page filler, perfect for a slow news day? It also tells me, though, if you're thinking about Sophie's attitude, that she's probably tired about being asked about Harry and Meghan. Tired. She's comfortable expressing her disdain because she knows that no one in around them and the media will have any problem if she's rude about Harry and Meghan. So, this, my friends, this story belongs in the page filler category. Okay, this one page. Let's do that. So far we have two stories in the Let's Talk About It category, one page filler, and two trash articles. All right, let's continue and see how we get on. Let me look at the comment section. It said Meghan isn't thinking about the unroyal family. The Sussexes left the UK over 4 years ago. They have moved on. That vile family need to move on as well. Here, here. Absolutely. But can they? Can they? Can they? I don't know whether they can. I don't know whether they can. They're becoming the toxic ex girlfriend or boyfriend. They are becoming the toxic ex girlfriend and boyfriend. Okay, so before we continue, I would like to take a moment to say a warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so very much for subscribing and supporting the mission. Thank you for joining us this evening as well. We've got 121 people uh watching live right now. If you haven't already liked the video, please go ahead to like the video. Your likes did wonders for my last live video. It I think I got the highest amount of views since my YouTube channel started. I had over, I think it's over 5,000, 6,000 views, which is the highest so far. So please, your likes do help more than you think. If you haven't already liked the video, please go ahead to like the video. And can I say, from my last video, I got the highest amount of haters as well. Wow, wow. They really do say that the higher you go, the more the haters you have, which means that I'm doing something right. So I'm not even bothered. The subscription drive is still going on, though. We are aiming for 3,000 subscribers by the end of February and have promised to post a video of myself dancing the Tyler water dance if we hit that goal. So if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead to subscribe. Treat it like a challenge. Please subscribe and like this channel, as the subscription encourages channels like mine to continue with the work. It's the only real reward we content creators get from posting these videos, especially when we're just starting up. The hate channels get tens of thousands of subscribers and views. I saw so one of our opposite numbers, I call him that on the other side, he has 300,000 subscribers, and every time he posts a video, he has a minimum of 86,000 views on his channel. And most of the content that he's posting on his channel are all lies. So it looks like we have to go out of our way on purpose, be intentional about subscribing, like by subscribing and liking videos if we are going to balance things up. So please make the intentional effort to subscribe and support the channel supporting the Sussexes. If you're a returning viewer and you haven't already subscribed, wagwan, 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 go ahead, subscribe. It's not going to hurt, and I might make you laugh in the process. Kai, bye, bye, Connie. See you later. All right. So moving on to the next one. Okay. Um, talking about the supporting royals. I saw this headline which said Princess Anne is in her element on latest royal outings. My goodness, this article, right? Prepare for a puff piece extravaganza. The article showers us with tales of Anne's incredible work ethic, boasting up to 5 engagements in a single day. This article was the classic let's paint a picture of Princess Anne being a royal powerhouse move. We have always known that Princess Anne was one of the hardest working royals from the annual Royal Secular Reports, which has always had the Queen or Anne ranked as the people or person with the highest number of engagements in a year. So, in this particular article, they go on to talk about how Anne visited the Jodrell Bank Observatory, UNESCO World Heritage Site at the University of Manchester, where she did the very extraneous work of planting a sapling apple tree. And they went on to say where the origin of the tree was coming from. So they said the pip originated from the apple tree within Sir Isaac Newton's garden. Fluff upon fluff. We don't usually see articles on what the supporting royals are doing. So it's quite interesting to see more articles about Sophie and Anne within the same week. I suspect they are trying to make up for the absence of the others who have been taken down by the ancestors. In this case, this story should go straight to the page filler category. So we've got another story joining the other one in the page filler category. Fantastic. So moving back, let's go to the next story, which is this one where Prince Harry is being warned to lay off Kate as Meghan prepares for explosive move. Apparently, the butler, who knows Harry and Meghan better than they know themselves, has popped his rancid head out again to say that it is inevitable that Meghan will tell her side of the story. Hmm, that's quite interesting because that in itself is a tacit acknowledgement that Meghan has not yet said anything to clarify the situation apart from their interview with Oprah. She has not, and the Netflix documentary, she has not said anything else. He says that Meghan's memoir will be similar to Spare in impact, but told from a female perspective. This to me smells like a reinforcement of the smear campaign, doesn't it? Otherwise, there's little value beyond that. I think Paul Burrell should write a book and call it The Butler's Chronicles. What do you guys think? He should write a book and call it The Butler's Chronicles. In any case, this story should go straight to the reinforcement of the smear campaign category. There you go. I put that there. So far we still have 2 stories in the Let's Talk About It category and 2 stories in the page filler and 2 stories in the trash. Okay, good going. And the next story was this very funny one. Politician breaks silence on Prince Harry and Meghan furor. The article discusses Harry and Meghan's trip to Jamaica and the fact that the media accused Harry and Meghan of insensitivity due to the Prime Minister, Mr. Holness's decision to tell Will and Kate on camera that Jamaica had decided to move on from having the Queen as its head of state. In any case, the Jamaican Prime Minister said, I was very pleased and I was pleased and I was also very happy to see royals coming to participate in this major event. Unsuspecting, he said, little did I know that I'd be drawn into some internal issues in the UK. But so it is. More publicity for Jamaica. In my opinion, the Jamaican Prime Minister handled it very diplomatically. However, it was obvious to see that he found the whole situation quite ridiculous. I'm going to put this one in the funny category, and then I'm going to come over and look at the comments. Okay, so this one is in the funny category, and then we come over to the comment section. Cookies and Cream says the ex-butler is a jackass. He needs money, I'm sure. And despite the fact that he has said that he's dying, I think that's what he said the other time, right? He still finds the time, the energy to keep on with the negativity train. Oh well, his soul, not mine. Definitely, he needs to sit down somewhere. So, um, let's move on to the next one. This one I was really very happy about, where they were talking about Meghan Markle celebrates major career win as her business massively expands. I was so delirious about this one again. So Meghan, Clever Brands, in which Meghan is a stakeholder, is now being stocked in 500 Target stores, including Florida, California, and Texas. Three of the company's super lattes in flavors such as matcha are stocked in store and retail for £14 21, which is about 17, $18. And it's so affordable as well. After catching the eye of the brand 2 years ago, Megan invested into the company in 2019. So it's taking them 2019, it's taking them about 5 years to get into the store. I'm sure they had to meet some purchase or selling requirements before the stores would take them. I would really love to know how that is done. But congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. Yes. Congratulations to them. These are all the places where you can find the clever Alabama. There's 500 places. This is so, so, so fantastic. I love how the Sussexes don't talk about what they're doing until it's done. So this goes into the let's talk about it category. Okay, let's talk about it category. There you go. And let's look at the comments. Comments. How many of you have bought the Clever Blends? I think I need to post a picture of my one. It's really nice and it's really, really creamy. I feel like such a sophisticated lady when I'm drinking my one. Anyway, moving on to the next story. We had Edward is the latest royal to take a break from their royal duties. He is said to be taking a brief hiatus after completing his trip to South Africa and British territory St. Helena. His next appearance won't be until the 8th of February, which is not that long to be fair. But I don't know why they'll be surprised. He's not a young man. When I was doing my research for this session, I checked his age. Edward is 59 years old. I was quite shocked to find out that Edward is only 59 years old, though. To me, he looks 70. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Anyway, it's quite clear that we are all struggling under the pressure of the additional duties they had to take on when Harry and Meghan stepped down. And the funny thing is that they would rather go through all this embarrassment than ask Harry and Meghan for help and stop the smear campaign against them. Oh well, the number one beneficiary of all of this is our lovely Queen Camilla. Everything seems to have worked out as she planned. But I don't know. When they said slim down monarchy, I'm not sure that this is what they planned. Just look at this. So Edward's down, Kate's down, William's down, the Queen's gone, and King Charles is down. All you have left Sophie, Camilla, and Anne. Anne and Sophie, they better be very careful. They better be very careful. And just looking at your comments. So, so Marjorie says, my husband is 60 and works every day, 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. Really? Okay. Well, this is what I thought. Like, why does he seem to be cracking at the seams? But he seems to have lost a lot of weight in recent years. And I think there's something else going on with him as well, which they haven't discussed with the public as well. And somebody else says he looks flipping old for only 50. Yes, exactly. In my mind, he just seems to be at that 70 and upwards. Anyway, so well, I had a little bit of fun with this one. In the absence of the others, Camilla is having a moment. Somehow they found 900 children who just happened to be around when Camilla was visiting the Bath Abbey. So Bath is one of the most prosperous towns in the UK, and it looks like she left wherever she was, whether uh, London or Sandringham, wherever the hell it is that Camilla stays. She left there to go to Bath and to visit one of the churches there. That's what they're calling the Bath Abbey. And let's just say the Queen's tour continues. Serves them right. This goes into the let's talk about it category. There's something that crossed my mind when I was thinking about this story, right? It seemed to me that this could also have been this entire situation, as badly as it was handled, might have been um, an opportunity because they are very much aware of the fact that they have imposed Camilla on us. So this was to give her an opportunity to do like her own press run, hoping that people will begin to see her in better light. What do you guys think? Just let me finish this story, then I'll look at the comments. So the media are even cheering her on. They are trying to normalize a completely abnormal situation. Just look at this headline. They said, How Trooper Camilla is soldiering on, supporting the king and practically ruling solo. Oh my God. When I saw that, I almost had a panic attack. I thought, Camilla ruling solo? Oh, wow. Anyway, this is what they mean when they say everything is almost working the way she planned. And then no sooner had that um, article come out, then this one from the Express came out as well. I think it was the very next day, where it says Camilla heartbreak, the rule giving Princess Anne power over Camilla when Charles is absent. Because it turns out that Camilla has no ruling power without King Charles. In her current position with King Charles incapacitated, she is below Princess Anne in rank and she cannot take decisions um, which would allow her to rule. Okay? So, first of all, in let's put this in the let's think about it category, which we have done. Then come back to this. So I'll just look at your comments. So Cookies and Cream says he I won't put it on the screen. He wanted a slim down monarchy. He got what he asked for. That family is so ludicrous. I saw another, I think, I don't know whether it's a tweet or an article where they said that King Charles was relying on Harry and Meghan's star power. Well, that might just be a page filler kind of article because I think Harry and Meghan were not asking for too much. And they could have met them in the middle if they really wanted to. The fact that they chose not to says a lot more about the royal family than Harry and Meghan. And I think also the fact that the invisible contract has also limited them greatly. If you've been following my videos on the Daily Mirror and Murdoch phone hacking scandal, you will see that the royal family's involvement in that has greatly incapacitated them. I'm not going to give you spoilers now. Go ahead, watch the video, which is coming out tomorrow, and then some you will see all the details of one of the last bits of my review of the Byline Times article. Not this last one, which they brought out. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, talking about Piers Morgan and him being investigated by the police. It's one of the ones before then. What I do with those articles is that I review it, go in and do the research on each and every person that they talk about in the articles, just because when I started doing it and I just thought to ask a question about one of the parties, each person's name that I typed into Google brought up a different scandal which Murdoch was involved in. Anyway, before I stray too far away from the topic of what is at hand, um, yeah, so although Queen Camilla, Queen Camilla, um, somebody said Queen of Side Chicks. Well, somebody said side chicks. I mean, she's the poster child for all side chicks all over the world. And it means that you should never stop hoping. All I can say is, women, protect your homes, be very observant, and never weak in your marriages. um, so let's see. Oh, right. And so let's move on to the next story, which is not necessarily an article. It was a cruise ship. Oh, oh, yes, it was an article. It was reported in the news saying that Harry and Meghan are headed back to Canada, the country they first lived in when they left the UK. He said they're heading to Whistler later in February to mark 1 year to go until the Invictus Games, the first winter tournament for Harry's Invictus Games. So it looks like they're going to be in Canada from the 14th to the 16th of February. The news was so exciting, right? It woke up all the derangers who say Harry and Meghan are irrelevant and they're not going to be talking about them anymore. Let's look at this tweet exchange between Chris Ship and Gummy. We all know who is Gummy, right? So Gummy says, well, it's the only thing they have going for them at this point. Though I think the Invictus Games itself is already struggling, which is evidenced by them going there twice within the last couple of months. They're pushing hard to promote it. What I think about when I see things like this is they don't want Harry and Meghan, and at the same time, they don't want to let them go. Anyway, they had fun chatting about this between themselves in this fashion until people on the Twitter streets started to remind Chris Ship that he had said he would not be reporting on Harry and Meghan any longer. Look at this, his tweet from 2020 when he said H&M are still royal and therefore they register under my brief as royal correspondent. After that, they are two former royals who live in America. And somebody else must have asked him a question and he said, yes, after Wednesday, I don't think they come under my brief anymore. And then this was yesterday or when the news came out. He said Harry and Meghan are headed back to Canada, reporting on them again. So people reminded him, like, Chris, what's what's going on? I thought you said you're not going to be reporting on Harry and Meghan anymore, right? At which point he started to block people left and right. He started to block people left and right. Right. So, um, this story, my friends, I think will be. I'll just put this one in the let's think about it category just because we will be referencing those stories later on in this video. And back to that. So King Charles is expected to give his son Prince William this ultimate honor within the next 10 years to complete the family circle, expert says. So the butler with the royal crystal ball is back. We all know who we're talking about. If you know his name, please tell me in the comment section. So the butler with the crystal ball revealing that King Charles' expected move to give Prince William the ultimate honor in the next 10 years. A 10-year plan or just another prediction from our royal soothsayer? So this was all fun and games for whoever wrote this article from I think it was the Independent I got that article from. And then Diggy Arbiter had something to say about it and he was like, a reminder of the King's TV address 9th September 2022. As the Queen herself did with such unswerving devotion, I too now solemnly pledge myself throughout the remaining time God grants me to uphold the constitutional principles at the heart of our nation. So, it was quite interesting to see the royal correspondents arguing amongst themselves. Sorry, who is this? Skitter. You said I see this as a form of hate. What do you mean? Please explain. So Prince William, sorry, before I move on to the next story, let me just look at the comments. Kim Coates says, okay, you're talking to Prudence. So you're saying I'm getting dizzy from all the spin. And where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's Kate? And Marjorie says, I think they're all going to be down in Vancouver next week, waiting for the Sussexes arrival. That is how you know, right? That you are so relevant. When a celebrity arrives in an area, just imagine like Beyonce touching down in any airport in America, on which the press know that she's going to be there. Of course, they're going to flock down there in the droves to see how she dressed for the flight and all whatnot, and to have first grabs of her photographs. So, of course, they're lying through their teeth. I don't know how this situation is going to end up, but it doesn't seem like it's going to end well for them. Anyway, so this story goes into the let's talk about it category. So let's put it that there before we move on. So let's talk about it because we're going to come back to it at this point in this video. And then we are going to. Oh, I didn't realize I've gotten to the end of it all. So those are the stories that I'm covering for this video. So let's analyze the news stories so that we can see what's really happening. Because sometimes the flood of news stories about Harry and Meghan make it difficult to understand what's really going on. What's the agenda? What chess move did each party make during the course of the week? So to do that, we need to look at all the stories in the Let's Talk About It category. So first off, you had the Netflix chief teases Meghan and Harry's upcoming projects. Then you had the Harry and Meghan call for urgent change to protect children on social media. Then you had Harry and Meghan suffer 3 major PR disasters in 1 week. Then you had Meghan scores her first big win in 2024 with a major business deal. Then you had Prince Edward is taking a break from royal duties. Then you had King Charles expected to give his son Prince William this ultimate honor within the next 10 years to complete the family circle. And now let's analyze what all this means. What do you guys think it means? Are you following all the stories? What do you think it means? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think it means, just because there is a time lag from when I'm talking and when the chat comes onto the screen for me to see it. Okay. So starting with on the left, on the top left, you've got Prince Harry and Meghan suffer 3 major PR disasters in 1 week. It is my opinion that this is the headline that the media have been working towards. They have been working towards instigating as many big headlines to prove that the Sussexes are not marketable and are basically done in the business world. So, from that angle, this is the media agenda, right? Then, on the other hand, you've got the Game of Thrones going on, where you've got William doing everything he can to unseat his father, right? He is doing, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? He's doing everything he can to get his father to honor the promise that he made to him when he agreed to team up with his father and Camilla against Harry. So that is the second part, and that is the royal agenda. So we've got the media agenda, and then you've got the royal agenda, right? Okay. Then the inside of the royal agenda, you've got a separate agenda. Da, da, da. Seems like Camilla didn't have all the stories, didn't have her ducks up in a row. Because in the middle, you've got Prince Edward's story, because his decision to step down when Charles, William, and Kate are down proves that he is the weakest link in the royal family. And he's the weakest link in the royal family stack of cards, almost leaving us with King Camilla. Almost. I was shook when my thoughts took me in this direction. If it weren't for the fact that non-royal bloods forbid, if it weren't for the fact that non-royal bloods cannot rule the UK, the United Kingdom would be in the hands of Camilla right now. But it seems like they've handed. So Princess Anne is the deputy for the king at the moment, not Camilla. Okay, despite what her fans um may have wanted for her, despite what she would have wanted for herself. So where does this leave all of us? It means that the media tried it, but they didn't succeed. Harry and Meghan have almost anticipated the pileup of the negative stories and had prepared a counter attack. Of course, after the British media are proven wrong, they go on to double down on their previous wrong assertions. For me, the weakness in the Sussexes game is that they don't have any major platforms discussing their positions on a daily basis the way the other channels do. In the meantime, I'm looking at what I can do to help the mission. So I look forward to a time where they're able to discuss and debunk issues, though just the way that the royal family don't go on to shows to debunk themselves, and they do so through the royal correspondence. I think Harry and Meghan somehow need to have more of their own, to further dilute the negative impact of the negative daily reporting. So, what I'm currently focusing on in my own way, because one of the reasons why I became a squaddy is also to help with Harry and Meghan's cause in any way that I can. And what I'm currently focused on is building up the Invictus Games Vancouver 2025 YouTube channel because it's free. I'm not in the Sussexes um, tax bracket. But since we know that the media are generally targeting their income in any way or their commercial ventures or any of the things that they're involved with in any way that they can, the value that Harry and Meghan bring to every organization needs to be heightened every way it can be. So I say all that to say, if you haven't already subscribed to the Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler channel on YouTube, please go ahead to do so. How is it that Harry and Meghan have millions of fans all over the world? Someone did someone did a map of where all the squaddies are all over the world, and it looks like we're in almost um I think they said 50 something countries, if that is possible at all. And I just thought to myself, okay, so why Invictus Games Vancouver YouTube channel? They only have two at the moment, as of today, as I'm speaking. Let me go on there to have a look. They have just 275 subscribers. Why? Why we need to, if we say we are supporting them, then let's just go all the way. And after all, subscribing to the channel is free, it doesn't cost any money. As of today, as I'm speaking to you now, I've just gone to their channel and they've got 279 subscribers. So let's storm this YouTube channel, the Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025. If you're having difficulty finding it, the link is in the description box of this video. Go ahead, subscribe. And when they are up to 1,000, I think the next thing I'm going to do is to start nagging them on Twitter to start posting things on their channel regularly so that they can begin to generate an income through that channel. And even the income they generate, of course, is not going to be that much to start off with, but it's a start. At least the monetization process would have been sorted out before the games. And we think that 2025 is such a long time, but if you think it takes generally an average, well, that's for individuals though, but it does take a while for monetization to take place just because even after you've met the requirements, then you have to do some internal things, um, back end things with YouTube to get monetization approved. So the earlier they get that process sorted out, the better. And then also we can also the another thing we can do is to open our accounts with Vimeo and follow the actual account on Vimeo. The link to watch the video is in the description box of this video as well. Can you imagine that Harry and Meghan only have 258 followers on there? Oh, I'm also sure that there's every opportunity to monetize their content on that platform as well. So, what are we waiting for, friends? Come, let's make it happen. After all, that's why most of us are here, right? We want to see them succeed. It's not just to listen to what's the latest, what has the media done to them now, or what has the royal family done to them now. We want to see them succeed. And since I don't know about everybody else, but since I'm not in the millionaire bracket, since I'm not in the millionaire bracket, I feel like what I can do is to subscribe to their channels. Sorry, I'm just looking at this comment which says YouTube has been paid to hold the channel down. It's deliberate. The royal family and their two main parasites are the ones doing that. Really? Oh well. Oh well. Let's even as we speak, I can see the numbers going up. So people are going on there now to subscribe. It was 279, it's now 282. So if we can't do anything else, at least let's do that. Okay. And while I'm talking about the Sussexes, various channels, their account on Vimeo and their YouTube account through the Invictus Games, can I also talk about mine? Aiming for 3,000 subscribers by the end of February. This opens the door to so much, which will improve my earning capability. So since I don't get a lot of super chats and I don't get sponsored deals at the moment, this increasing my subscriber count account opens the doors to further monetization opportunities. So if you think about it, being a supporter of the Sussexes should give me an opportunity to also to be able to keep doing this. I need to find a way to improve the influence of the channel. Anyway, so all in all, it was a very news heavy week. In the end, I was really very happy for them. I already knew that they were working hard behind the scenes. Um, in the end, I was reassured to know that they're doing fine and just as busy as everybody else, really, who has to earn a living is. Right. S- Um, Skinner, I asked the question, can they explain what is a form of hate? I didn't understand that. So that um, if if this is a hater, I can block them from continuing to listen to our content. On Twitter, they are monitoring the Success Squad very tightly to try and suppress our support of the Sussexes. So we all have to band together very tightly and make sure that we're doing all that we can to protect ourselves and while we are supporting the Sussexes. So let's see. Um this is my last slide. And what did I have to say here? That's all I have. The media are clearly keeping the pressure on because they want to destroy Prince Harry's commercial activities. They want people to believe that Harry will lose the second phase of the Daily Mirror phone hacking case and to scare him from going for what he's really aiming for, which is press and royal reform. Um, mm, and Kimmy says, I think traffic will pick up at the Invictus Games closer to the event. Did you say? It's just the screen just froze. Yeah. As we get closer to the 1 year launch. Yes, that's a point. 1 year launch, which is in about 11 days, right? And Harry and Meghan are heading to Canada very soon. It would be an absolute dream for me to attend the games in 2025. So I am planning my life towards that. When all the arrangements have been confirmed, then we'll be able to start looking into booking flights and accommodation and all the rest of it so that I can bring you along and we can have more videos and more coverage than we usually have when the games are going on. And anyway, for as far as the video is concerned, that's all I have. Can I remind you all to please subscribe to my channel? For all those who are already subscribed, thank you for subscribing. What did you all feel about the media games this week? Did you agree with my assessment or did you have a different point of view? Sharon says it's NHL All-Star Weekend in Toronto. Is that now, this weekend? Is that what you're talking about? Sharon, are you still here? You said it's NHL All-Star Weekend in Toronto. Is that this weekend? I know that at the moment it's the African Cup of Nations is currently going on, and I think that Angola and Nigeria had a match yesterday, and it was absolute mayhem on Twitter yesterday because Nigeria won, and then the Ghanaians were crying and doing their I'm doing the most crying about it. I didn't even realize until I went on TikTok and I saw all the videos that they were posting. Oh, thank you, Marcia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support for the channel. Thank you so much. Hi, cookies and cream. Oh, you agree with my assessment, right? Okay, great. So we see each other. A video will be dropping tomorrow, and that is the continuation of my review but of the Byline Times articles of the phone hacking. And this time It discusses directly Rupert Murdoch's role in the phone hacking scandal. As I've explained, getting the subscription rate up to 3,000 is quite important. So if you are listening to me and you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead to do so. And thank you, everyone, for listening. And I'm so glad that I've gotten better at this. You don't even know. You don't even know. I would love in the future for for all the content creators to come together and have a summit, just so that we can share our experiences on what it takes to create these. And I would like to shout out um, either a smaller content creator, maybe one small content creator every month, so that the Sussex Squad can support that channel. You don't have to do just purely Sussex content. If you are a YouTuber, then just leave your name in the channel, and then one day a month we will shine a spotlight on your channel so that we can all come over and support your channel. What do you guys think of that idea? Okay, if you are in agreement with that idea, oh, Angela says that would be nice. Great idea. Great idea. Great idea. Okay. All right. So let's end it here so that I can let you go off to um another channel. If you're a small content creator like myself and you would also like to collaborate and you're listening to me and you'd like to come on and host um a podcast with me one of these days, please also let me know in the comment section, and we can arrange it. And that's all I have for this evening. Thank you very, very much. Goodbye and God bless. Bye. Cookies and Cream says, sorry, I already said bye and then I came back to look at, I just saw you leave this comment. A summit for the content creators is a great idea. Well, this is what I think, but um we need to, it's going to take some organizing. So it will be great for that to happen because we can share skills and um assist each other, because the Sussex friendly channels keep getting targeted all the time. And so we need to find a different way of working to combat the fact that we keep getting targeted on all the platforms as well. I saw that Duchess of Sussex's Instagram account was also suspended on Instagram, and that's crazy. Somebody said she was posting some content which violates Instagram's policies and their procedures. Well, one of the ways that we're able to generate traffic and monetize is to also have a healthy, functional Instagram account. So when that is also taken down, that's no fun. So we need to find a way to circumvent every attempt to suppress the work that we're doing. Okay, so I'll leave you with those thoughts and I'll be looking in the comment section to see what we all have. Goodbye and God bless everyone. Until next time, Wheezy signing out. Bye.